Hi, I'm Mike, PokeTips Mike, and today we're talking Pokemon DLC leaks. So about a week ago, Pokemon Home was data mined, and the data miners found out a lot of information about the new DLC, the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra. They found 22 new moves, 9 new items, and even 2 new abilities. Now at first, it was kind of unclear if these leaks were real or not. The DLC's right around the corner, so everybody and their grandma's making up fake leaks right now. But with the new trailer that came out yesterday and all the new information on the Pokemon website, we could take a look and see a lot of the stuff that was found in the data mine was revealed yesterday. So we now know for a fact that this was a real leak. I asked you guys yesterday if you wanted to see me cover it, and a lot of you said yes, so today we're going to talk about this leak. And I know I'm not the first person to talk about it, but now that we have confirmation that this leak is real and we've seen a lot of this stuff, we could use the information that we learned and apply it to the rest of the leak and figure out a lot of it. So without further ado, my friends, and spoiler warning, obviously, let's jump right into this leak. So first we're going to take a look at the items courtesy of Centro Pokemon Leaks over here on Twitter. So the 9 items that we had leaked to us were the Max Honey, Max Mushrooms, Galaga Twig, Galaga Cuff, Style Card, Armour Pass, EXP Charm, Armorite Ore, and the Mark Charm. Again, check the date, May 28th, 2020. Yesterday, June 2nd, a few of these items actually made an appearance. Now, we still don't have official confirmation of what Max Honey and Max Mushrooms are, but based on the information we found out yesterday about Max Soup, which is the special dish that you make from rare ingredients that you can find on the Isle of Armor, it will allow special Pokemon or a few Pokemon you've been traveling with on your journey to gain the Gigantamax ability. Right now, based on the screenshots and the information that we have, it looks like this is going to be how you could Gigantamax your starter Pokemon that you got in the beginning of the adventure. And it looks like the rare items that you'll need are going to be the Max Honey and the Max Mushrooms. Now, we're not really sure how you get those items. They're going to be rare, obviously, but that seems like what they're going to be. The Galaga Twig and the Galaga Cuff are very interesting items. Nothing that we learned yesterday is a dead giveaway of what these 2 items are. I feel like they're both related, so if I have to take a guess, I'm going to say the Twig and the Cuff are what we're going to use to evolve Galar Slowpoke into Galar Slowbro or Slowking. The Cuff could potentially be related to the Shelder shell that's on its arm, although I'm not really sure about this one, and we haven't seen Galar Slowking yet, so unless that thing has a twig in its design, I don't know. These are the ones that I'm still the most confused about, but again, if I had to take a guess, I'm going to assume that they have something to do with Galar Slowpoke, Slowbro, and Slowking. The Style Card is another interesting one that we don't really know much about yet. We know with the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra there are going to be new clothing items, lots of new clothing items added to the game, so maybe this Style Card will be your pass to be able to buy some of these items. Kind of like how back in the Generation 4 games there was this place called the Ribbon Syndicate, where you couldn't even go in the building unless you had a lot of ribbons on your Pokemon. Maybe you need this card to be able to purchase special items. But what I'm really hoping this thing does is let you change your clothes anywhere. I find it kind of annoying how you have to go back to the boutiques to actually change your clothes. I wish you could just do that on the fly. I get that if you just look at it in like the broad sense of it, that it's kind of weird if you could just literally change your clothes in the middle of the street. But if we don't take that too literally, then I think it would be a pretty convenient feature. Now, the Armour Pass is something we've known about since, like, day 1. This is the item that we'll get once the Isle of Armor is out that'll actually allow us to take a train over to the Isle of Armor. It's even referenced right now in game, so yeah, no doubt in the world on what this is. The XP Charm is pretty self-explanatory, and again, this has already been revealed. Basically, it's like the Shiny Charm and the Oval Charm, where they boost certain things. The XP Charm will boost the amount of experience points that you get after a battle. I'm hoping, but I don't think they're gonna do this, but I'm hoping that it also works with the XP candies. Because most people use candies or glitches to level up their Pokemon, they're not really going battle to battle to level up their Pokemon, so this item would be kinda useless if it doesn't work for candies as well, unless they add a really good trading spot on the Isle of Armor, which they could. Now, the Armorite Ore was definitely an item that puzzled a lot of people. The name is so vague, it really could have been anything, but because of the information that we got yesterday, we now know that the Armorite Ore is a little ore that you could find on the Isle of Armor through max raid battles and other means, and its purpose is to trade it to move tutors so you can learn special move tutor moves, think battle points or heart scales in other games. Also, these move tutor moves here, we'll be coming back to them in a little bit. And last but not least, we have the Mark Charm. So just like the shiny charm, the oval charm, the catching charm, the XP charm, the marked charm is going to boost your chance of finding marked Pokemon in the wild. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't even know what marks are, and I'm going to make a whole video on this sometime in the next few weeks explaining it and breaking it down really easily, but basically, marks are like a little rare bonus that you get when you catch a Pokemon occasionally in the wild. If your Pokemon is marked, you could see it over in the ribbon screen. Like, for example, this Pancham over here has the uncommon mark, and it basically works like a ribbon where if you equip it to the Pokemon, when you send it out in battle, it'll have a special title when you send it out. There are lots of different marks, but honestly, I don't even think I've encountered a Pokemon with a mark in the game so far. They're extremely rare, and I'm glad that they're making this mark charm item, because if we can make these marked Pokemon more common, I think that would be pretty cool. So now next, let's talk about the two new leaked abilities, Quick Draw and Unseen Fist. And as of right now, actually, we know which Pokemon get both of them. So Unseen Fist, we've actually known that one for a while. That's going to be Urshifu's ability. And according to the Pokemon website, this ability lets the Pokemon deal damage when it attacks with moves that make direct contact, even if the target defends itself by using moves like Protect. So that's actually pretty cool. I'm wondering how much damage it's going to let you do. Is it going to let you do the full amount of damage through moves like Protect? Or is it going to do a reduced amount of damage? It's definitely going to be very interesting to find out. And the other leaked ability is Quick Draw, which we now know is going to be Galarian Slowbro's ability. Now, unlike Urshifu's ability, it has not been revealed exactly what this thing does just yet. The name Quick Draw makes me think of something quick, like Han Solo pulling out his gun on Greedo because Han shot first, but based on the information we have on the Pokemon website, we know that Galarian Slowbro is going to be a faster Pokemon, I guess, at least because of its ability, because it says right here, with a speed that puts even the quickest reflexes to shame, Slowbro readies its Shelter and makes poisonous liquid shoot from the Shelter's tip. I still think Slowbro is going to be a slow Pokemon overall, but Quick Draw, I don't know. I think it'll make it attack faster or something. Maybe give certain moves that it knows priority, kind of like the ability Prankster, but who knows? Definitely going to be an interesting ability to watch out for. And last but not least, we have the 22 new moves. Now this right here is still what we're the most vague on. Now a few of these moves were actually revealed to us yesterday, so let's go back to those move tutor moves, Burning Jealousy and Grassy Glide. We now know that Burning Jealousy is a fire-type move, and it hits multiple targets and also burns the Pokemon that it hits if their stats were increased during the turn. We also know that Grassy Glide is a grass-type move that gets priority, meaning it goes first when it's used during grassy terrain. Now, because of that Grassy Glide move, we now know this move gets a bonus in grassy terrain. I'm assuming these three other moves, Misty Explosion, Rising Voltage, and Terrain Pulse, all get special boosts during terrains. We have Misty Terrain, and this move is called Misty Explosion. We have Electric Terrain, and this move is called Rising Voltage. And this move, Terrain Pulse, obviously it's going to get some sort of special effect during a terrain. I can't tell you what these moves are going to do, but obviously these three other moves are definitely going to have some sort of effect during a terrain. Shell Sidearm, we now know, is Galarian Slowbro's signature move that's actually really good. It does either physical or special damage to the opponent depending on which one does more, so that's a great characteristic to have in a move right there. And let's see, the other ones we know down here, Wicked Blow and Surging Strikes are going to be the Urshifu signature moves, Jungle Healing is going to be Zarude's signature move, and we actually haven't heard anything about that one recently. It was supposed to be distributed in Japan this month, but because of the situation going on right now, can't say the C word, YouTube doesn't like that, but because of the situation, I believe the event got delayed, so who knows, we might not see Zarude for a while. The rest of these leaked moves, though, we really don't know what they're gonna do. You could take guesses depending on the name. I really don't want to waste your time guessing what the rest of these moves do. I'm probably gonna be wrong with most of my guesses anyway. But based on how the majority of these moves are turning out, the ones that we know of anyway, I have a feeling almost all of these moves are actually gonna be really good and probably viable in competitive play. A lot of the ones that we've seen so far, like Burning Jealousy and Grassy Glide, have really good secondary effects. I love what they did with Shell Sidearm, so again, I think these moves are gonna be pretty good, but only time will tell. We'll find out in like 2 weeks. Alright, my friends, and those are the Pokemon Sword and Shield, Isle of Armor, and potentially Crown Tundra leaks that we got. Now, normally at the end of the video, I ask you to leave a comment down below and tell me what you thought about something in the leaks, but actually I have a different question for you. I've seen this picture everywhere, all over Twitter, all over Reddit right now, video, and it's getting me thinking. Do you think this guy who's going to be featured in the Crown Tundra, do you think he's Chairman Rose? Because the last time we saw Chairman Rose in Pokemon Sword and Shield, he was getting arrested and taken away. Do you think he broke out of jail and is now exploring the Crown Tundra, or do you think he could be a relative, brother, cousin? Because, you know, Professor Oak, he's a billion cousins that we find everywhere. Could this be Chairman Rose's cousin? Who is this guy? Let me know your guesses down in the comments section below. As always, my friends, thanks so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new and you're enjoying my Pokemon content, and my friends, I'll be seeing you in the next one.